100 Aussie slang expressions you may want to know. A cold one. That's definitely a beer. That's like a beer of some sort. It is very common. So you'd use this like, do you have a cold one in the fridge? Oh, have you got a cold one, mate? Yeah. Ace. Great, super, fantastic, awesome, cool. It's kind of like one of those words that go in and out of fashion. So I probably would have used that in my teen years, but no one uses it anymore. Arvo. Okay, Arvo. That means afternoon. Very common. Aussie salute. Now, is that when you're waving a fly? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Oh my goodness, we have so many flies here in Australia, so that's why. The Aussie salute. It's probably known, but like even I had to question that. Is that the waving a fly? So yeah, it's probably not as common. We don't use it every day, but we should know what it means if we think about it. Avo. Oh, that's avocado. Yeah, it's common. Yep, yep. Have an avo. Barbie. Now that Barbie, yes, a Barbie, that could either be read as either the Barbie doll or the barbecue. Barbecue, yes. We always have a Barbie on the weekend. It's very common, extremely common. Barrack, yes. That means to cheer for or to support, like a team, a sports team or footy team or something. So yeah, it's very common. Yeah, like, you can always say, "Oh, who do you barrack for?" And it usually means for Australian football, like Aussie rules. And so, oh, I barrack for this team. Yeah, I thought that was. I didn't know that was just Australian. Bathers, yes, that is your swimming wear, your swimwear, swimsuit. Bathers, definitely in Victoria, we call them bathers. Beauty. What a beauty. That means it's cool. It's a good one. Oh, what a beauty. It's very ochre. So it's used a lot in country Australia, and it's used when we are trying to make ourselves seem more Australian. So if we want to sound more Australian, to represent our true heritage, we'll say, "Oh, what a beauty, mate!" Like if someone got a new car, "Oh, that's a beauty." Bicky. Okay, so I would spell that Biccie. Yep. A bicky is a biscuit. Very common. Bloke. That's a guy, a fella, a man. Yeah, it's more casual speech and probably in certain areas. Not if you want to sound more intelligent or more upper class, you wouldn't use it. But yeah, we all know what a bloke is. Yeah, bloody. Oh my goodness. Yes, that's. It can mean very. I'm probably hearing it come out of my mouth. Oh, bloody oath. Oh, bloody oath. It's like crikey. It's like, bloody oath. So that can have two kinds. That can be either positive or negative. But bloody oath. That's kind of like ripper. Or yes. Yeah. Again, if you're really trying to sound Australian, then that's another expression. But you probably don't hear it in like the cities and in everyday use because it's very slang and ochre. Bludger. Yes, bludger is someone who doesn't do anything. when they're supposed to. Yeah, someone who's lazy. Yeah. A bogan. Yes. Good old bogan. A bogan. How do you describe a bogan? A bogan is someone who's a bit rough, someone who's not high on the socioeconomic scale. Yeah, someone who's not very sophisticated. Yeah, true. Yeah. Yeah. We use bogan as very common. Very common. Booze bus. Oh my goodness. Yes. A booze bus is police the police bus where you go into and check for your blood alcohol level. Yes. Police vehicles used to catch drunk drivers. Common. Yep. Brekkie. Oh, this is very common. This is breakfast. Breakfast. Brolly. I haven't heard that for ages. Yes, brolly. That's umbrella. Yeah, I mean, we do use it. It's common. But I think, again, it's very Australian. I think in this modern age, we kind of would use umbrella more, but I don't even know if kids would know what a brolly is. Buggered. Oh, yes, that's common. That means you're tired or you're exhausted. Can't fix it. Yeah, no, that's buggered. Or, I'm so buggered. Bush. Oh, the bush. Oh, the bush. Yeah, yeah. So that's like the country, the bush. Yeah. So out in the bush, away from civilization. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, very common. Very common. Chook. Chook. Chook is either a chicken or, in very old Australian, an old woman or a middle-aged woman. Chrissy, Christmas. Cobber. That's a guy or a bloke. Cobber. Oh, yeah, a very good friend. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. A coldie. Now, that's a beer as well. Coppers. Oh, that's police. Crikey. That means that's a word to show surprise. It is not common, and I make it common in my world. Crook. Oh, that's a thief. Oh, yes, and I'm crook. Yes. So being ill, I'm crook, and a criminal, he's a crook. Yes, very much. Yes, two. Yeah, very common. A dag. A dag. That's like if you're not fashionable. Yeah, yeah. So it's either unfashionable, yeah, or nerd or geek, yeah, yeah. And that's very common. That's very common. Dax, trousers or pants. Dead set. That means you're sure, like very sure. Yeah. Okay, that's true. True. Yeah. Down under. Oh, that's Australia or New Zealand. New Zealand's incorporated in that. Yep. Down under. Yep. Not necessarily for us, but for you, Northern Hemisphere, they use it probably more than we do. Devo, that would be devastated. Probably not that common, but would understand it. Dodgy. Oh, this is very common. This means that you're being deceitful, that you're skipping or missing something deliberately, you're lying, you cheat, you all of the above. Yeah, not quite right or dishonest. Used, very common. Drongo. Okay, so this is a typical Australian word that they probably used many years ago. Drongo is like either someone who's stupid or is drunk or a bit of a not very intelligent. Yeah, don't be a drongo, mate. It's very colloquial Australian. We understand it, but we don't use it. Yeah. Dunny. The toilet. Esky, yes, everyday speech. That's a cooler box, a chili bin, whatever you're going to call it. Yes, an insulated container that keeps things cold. Call them. It doesn't matter what brand. It is just an esky, even though esky is a brand. Yep. Facey. Don't know that one. Oh, okay. No, I don't know that one. Facebook. Sorry. Dinkum. Okay, this is another typical Australian. It means fair dinkum. It's like serious or fair dinkum, mate. Yeah, serious. Yeah, okay, honestly or serious. Yeah. Yeah, so is that true? Yep. Footy, football, Australian rules football only. G'day. That means good day. Hello. Hi. Very common. Gnarly. Oh my goodness, I thought that was American. That's American surfer talk. Gnarly. How are those waves? Oh, they're gnarly, dude. I have no idea. That's American. I don't. Okay, yeah, awesome. Yeah. Oh, good on ya. Yes, we always say that. Yeah, so that's very common. Good on ya. It just means good on you. Well done. It can be used in as a positive one, like, oh, good on you, mate. Good on you. Yeah, well done. Or it could be, oh, good on you. It's like, oh, you're stupid. What do you do that for? Hard yakka. Hard work. Yeah. So probably I always see this in ads on TV or something, commercials for promoting something to do with tradies, trade work. Like the good old Aussie bloke doing some hard yakka, have a blue. That's to have an argument or to have a fight. Yeah. It's usually, probably a more verbal fight, not a physical fight, but more verbal fight. Yeah. Heaps. That just means lots. Yeah, loads. Loads, lots, many. Yeah. We use that all the time. Yeah, very common. Hoon, that is someone who speeds. Yeah. A hooligan or a very bad driver. Yeah. Or is dangerously. Idiot box, that's the TV. My dad uses it, but I don't know anyone else who uses it. It's like an old. It's like I reckon it's an older generation thing. But yeah, I think because if you were going to watch the TV, you'd turn into an idiot because it's just rubbish on TV. Iffy. Oh, iffy. Yeah, sorry, I had to think there. Oh, that's a bit iffy. So that's a bit. Oh, I don't really know about that. That's a bit suspicious. That's a bit odd. That's a bit. I don't know. Yeah, uncertain. Yeah. Jumper. What's a jumper? It's what you wear. It's like a hoodie or a knitted jumper. It doesn't matter. It's a jumper. It's just a top with long sleeves. American word. There you go. It's better. That that explains it. Lappy. Lappy? I don't know Lappy. What's Lappy? What? That's like that facey. What's that? No, Lappy. I don't know that one. Lollies. Yes, I know this one. They're just lovely, sweet candy. Sweets. Yes. Macca's. Oh, that's easy. The Golden Arches. It's McDonald's. Mate, friend, buddy. Yeah. Mozzie. That's mosquito. No drama. Yeah, would say, yeah, no drama or no dramas. That just means no problems, no worries, no issues. Yep, no problem. It's okay. Yep. We use that all the time. No worries. No dramas. That's the same thing. It's all okay. Yep. No wuckers. I don't know what that is. No wuckers. What? Or maybe is it from another state? I don't know. I've never heard that. Outback. It's not necessarily the bush, but it could be the bush, but more likely the more desert part of Australia. Yeah, the interior of Australia, which is usually desert. Yeah. My mum would have a go. My mum would tell me off because this is a swear word. But for this, I will pronounce it pissed. That means you are drunk or intoxicated. And yes, it's very common. Yes. So take note, it's a swear word. So is this. This is also a swear word, but yes, it is also very common. It means you're angry or upset. Yes, you're very annoyed. Yes. Reckon, that just means I think. Yep, think, believe for sure. Yeah, definitely. We say it all the time, very common. Rallo, that's your relatives. Very common. Rip off. That means it's more expensive than what it should be to cheat. Yeah, to financially cheat. So rip off, like usually to do with money. And yeah, if you're selling, say, this bracelet and someone's got it on sale for $50 and it's only worth like two, that's a rip off. Or if something, yeah. So if they've copied the DVD illegally, then yeah, it's a rip-off. Very common. Ripper! That means it's great, fantastic. And then if you say you little ripper, that's very old Australian as well. So the typical Australian is like, oh, you little beauty, or you little ripper. That means, oh, that's great. But referring to the person, you're awesome, you're a great person. Oh, cool. Rooted. That means you're stuffed, you're buggered, you're rooted. You're either tired, exhausted, you could be drunk and rooted, or stuffed. You've messed up. You have, yeah, tired or broken. Yeah. It is common, but in different socioeconomic areas. Rug up. That means to keep warm. So put some layers on. Yeah, dress warmly. Yeah, that's very common. Runners, sneakers. Sanger. Okay, this is a sandwich. Very common. Servo. Servo is the service station, or where you go and fill up for petrol or something. Yay, petrol station. Yay. She'll be right. Okay, that is very Australian. That is, it's okay. It will all be okay. It will turn out all right. That's what it means. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be fine. Yeah. Sheila, that's a woman. A woman, and people don't like it. It's like the Sheila. If you're really trying to put on the Australian kind of an act, then yeah, oh, look at that Sheila. Oh, look at that bloke. I mean, they might say it I don't know, in country Australia, but not in the cities. Shout. Okay, so this is if you are going to buy a round of drinks for your friends or for people you're drinking with. Yeah. To pay for the next round of drinks, very common. Sickie. Oh, this is very common. Sickie is to have a day off work because you're sick. Slab. Very common. This is a slab of beer. So it's a box of beer bottles or beer cans. And I think there's usually 24 in there. I don't drink beer, so I was like, hang on, is it 24? I think so. Slack off. That means to be lazy. Yeah. Snag. Okay, this is a sausage. But in everyday life, we'd call it a sausage. Like we'd call it a sausage in bread. A spud, potato. Yeah. Gonna mash the spuds. We're gonna like put some spuds on. It means we're gonna cook some spuds. We're gonna cook some potatoes. Stoked. Oh, that means you're happy. You're glad. You're really happy about it. Yeah. Happy, pleased. And that's very common. Very common. Australia. Australia. That's a shortened version of Australia. If we want to be, yeah, if we want to be really lazy, we'd say Australia. Stubby. Okay, that's a bottle of beer. It has to be a bottle. Oh yeah, very common. Everyone says a stubby. Stuffed. You're tired, exhausted. Sunnies, sunglasses. Everyone says it. Yeah. Tar. Thank you. Okay, so a lot of parents will teach their children tar as the first way of being able to say thank you. But otherwise, we could be in a shop and we just might say, "Oh, tar." It's not it's not as formal as thank you, but it's just like thanks. Songs. Okay, songs are other countries call them flip flops, jandals. Yes, the piece of rubber with the V on them. Tinny, that is a boat, but it could be a can of beer. A tinny is usually a small metallic boat. True blue, so that means truly Australian. Yeah, genuinely Australian. True blue, the genuine Australian. Just trying to think. That's your lunch or your food. But we don't use it in everyday speech. Your tucker, that's kind of like old fashioned Australian, like the Australian that you'd use maybe in the country. I don't know. I remember my parents and my grandparents using tucker, but yeah, these days we don't use it as much. Two up. I assume that's the game with coins. Oh, okay. So the gambling game played on Anzac Day. Yeah, I mean, I imagine that's probably what they played in the war to keep, it was just an easy game. Perhaps older generation. Yeah. No, I don't know anyone who plays two up. Uni, that's university. Very common. Everyone says uni. Yeah, uni student. Which uni are you going to? No one really calls it university unless they're writing it out or have to be formal. Every other time, oh, which uni? Oh, what uni do you go to? Yeah, to say which university do you go to sounds a bit a bit too formal. Veg out. That's just like to have a day off, to just chill out. But it usually implies that you've been tired, so you want to just chill out. Yeah, to relax and spend time doing very little. Yeah, and it's very common. It has nothing to do with vegetables. But I think it did have something to do with vegetables because vegetables do nothing. Vegetables don't move, they don't do anything. So you just want to be a vegetable and veg out. You're just doing nothing like vegetables do in your fridge. They do nothing. Vegemite, that is the brown product made of yeast that you spread on your toast that is similar to the English Marmite. Yeah, spread for toast or bread. And the secret, I have to tell you the secret to this thing, if you have not tried it, you have to have a steaming hot piece of toast, you have to have nice salted butter on it, and then you put the thinnest amount of Vegemite on there and eat it before it gets cold. You have to eat it whilst it's hot. As soon as it goes cold, it's going to taste bad. So, yeah. It's Vegemite. It's either some people really love it or some people really hate it. Yeah, I mean, I liken it to the Japanese natto. Some Japanese people really, really love natto and some hate it. Like Vegemite's the same. Veggies, they're your vegetables. Vego. Oh, you're vegetarian. Yeah, it's common. WAG school. This means you're skipping school. Yeah, that's it. To skip school, you're wagging. You know, it's common, very common. Ah, well, you could if you can be wagging something that you should be in attendance of. So you should be at school. You should be at your, like, let's just say you usually go have a club activity after school, but you don't go. Yeah, you're wagging. Very common. Whinge. Is that just Australian? I thought it was also English because they whinge a lot too. Have a whinge means to complain. Yeah. Wonky. Oh, that means crooked. Yeah, unstable, unsteady, shaky, crooked. Yeah. Yeah, very common. Whoop whoop. Okay, this is the middle of nowhere. This is the yeah, the middle of nowhere. Actually, it has a road, so that's somewhere. We're talking about where there's nothing. um, oh, just whoop whoop. Where did you go camping? Oh, we went camping in whoop whoop. Yeah, I live in whoop whoop, and it usually has a like a connotation of look. It's really there is nothing interesting there. No one knows about it. I can't be bothered describing it, or there's no point in even trying to put it on a map because it's probably not on a map. You know, it's whoop whoop. Wuss. Ah, that means someone who's weak or scared. So coward, a coward, or yeah, probably just more like a coward. Yeah, such a wuss. Yeah, and very common. Yeah, yeah. That should be you. Yeah, we're lazy in Australia. We say yeah. Use. Oh, okay. This means you plural, but again, it would be from someone who doesn't doesn't speak English well. So, oh, use over there, you think, oh, you're a bit uneducated. Ooh, you're welcome. That was fun. Oh my goodness, there are a lot of awesome words in there. We use so many of them every single day. So if you are going to come to Australia, you really do need to learn those words. Some of the ones where I said, oh, you know, it might be a bit old fashioned or a bit, you know, it's a bit traditional or something. You probably won't want to use them in everyday speech, but be aware of them because, you know, in advertising or if we're really trying to put on an Aussie kind of a feel to whatever we're talking about or doing, then you'd want to understand what we're talking about. But yeah. It was a nice mix. I really loved the variety in there. Yeah.